Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about our financial statement. So financial statement, we are having a number of analysis. So on that particular, one of the most important analysis is ratio analysis. So we'll see what is ratio analysis, and let me show the examples of ratio analysis so that you will be having clear clarity about in the financial statement what the most important analysis is ratio analysis. What are the ratio analysis are available? What is the interpretation of those analysis? What is the most important ratio analysis in the financial statement? Everything you will be knowing in this particular video. Yes, right. What is ratio analysis? Ratio analysis is an attempt of developing meaningful relationship between individual item or a group of item in a balance sheet or profit or loss account. So ratio analysis is not only useful for internal parties of the business concern, but also useful for an external parties also. Ratio analysis highlights the liquidity, solvency, profitability, and the capital gearing. So if you take ratio analysis is a kind of percentage, or we can call it as a kind of ratio itself. So where we can set certain benchmark in our ratio itself. For example, let me tell one ratio, working capital ratio. You all know about what is working capital. Working capital is a day-to-day operations needed cost. We will be calling as an cost or amount. What we needed is we will be calling as an working capital. Day-to-day operation needed amount we will be calling as an working capital thing. So there will be a ratio called working capital ratio. The working capital ratio of any organization should be 1.2 to. If it is more than 2, we are having a huge or more working capital in our organization. If it is less than 1.2, we are not sufficient enough to have a working capital for the rotation of the money and rotation of things. So ratios is more important for an organization to set a benchmark and to run accordingly or to perform accordingly. So we'll see. Let me make you to understand what are the ratios are available in uh, in the markets, as well as you will be know about what are the financial ratios, and you will be having a clear clarity about what are the ratios and why it's more important. Ratio is why it's more important as a concern. We'll see one by one. Yes, ratios. So here there is five ratios is listed over here. There is numbers calculate with the financial data you can able to attain. So here they have mentioned 4. So one by one we'll see what is all about, what is the ratio and why it's so. Fine. First one is basic EPS, earnings per share. If I am holding how much I am going to get out of that particular share, it speaks about earnings per share. If you take earnings per share in March 2022, 21.9, March 2022, 8.9, March 23, 11, March 2024, it's 10.2. It's similar. Basic EPS as well as diluted EPS will be similar. Won't be that much difference. It will be a similar earnings per share. If you are holding a share for a year, how much you are earning per share, it's known as earnings per share. Book value. Once if the particular company yet to close, or suddenly if they are closing their operations, their book value will be considered. Once what is this, its operation is closed, then their value of asset will be calculated as a book value. So if you see, book value is keep on increasing in this Adani Energy. Okay, I have opened Money Control app, which is an official website of BBC News, as well as you all know about the BBC News. It's an official website, as well as there is a app called Money Control, where you can open the financial data of any public companies which is listed in National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, and you can come to financials and you can take this ratio analysis or ratio data, right? From this ratio data, you can first thing what we have seen is EPS, earnings per share. One year wise we have seen. Year wise book value is the asset value we have seen. Dividend per share. For last 5 years, they don't give any dividend to their shareholder, and face value is 10. So here is shareholder percentage. Nearly promoters is holding. Promoter is an what can I say? Highest number. Promoter is a large number of promoters are there. Nearly 75 percentage are promoters, and the foreign institutional investors is foreign banks, which is invested nearly 16 percentage. DII is domestic institutional investors like Indian banks, nearly 4 percentage, and other retail investors invested for 0.02 percentage they have invested. So debt to equity ratios, if you take other peers also, you can have the changes and what is the net profit, and you can see the peer members details also. So ratios is, we are having n number of ratios. I have viewed EPS. You have seen EPS, book value, face value, and other things. So there is yes, if you take per share ratios, earning per share, diluted EPS, cash EPS, book value, dividend per share, revenue from operations, then PBDIT, PBIT, PBT, net profit per share, profitability ratios. There is profitability ratios. These are per share ratios. These are the following profitability ratios like net profit, return on asset, and so on. These are the liquidity ratios, current assured ratios, quick ratios, dividend payout ratios, and so on. These are the valuation ratios, the most important ratios like uh, price, book value, price, net operating revenue, earning yield. Likewise, there is n number of ratios are there and things. So you can learn. You can able to learn what are the ratios, and you can come up based on the ratios. Also, you can invest in that particular shares. So this is all about ratios. Ratio analysis is most important analysis in financial statement or financial analysis. From that you can, from the valuation of, from valuation ratio, you can able to know about financial stability of that particular firm, and you can able to acquire certain things, whether you want to invest in that particular business or not. Otherwise, on the what you want to do in other aspect. If you take liquidity, there will be a kind of liquidity ratio will be also there, and if you take other operating ratios also will be there. Based on that, you can invest in that particular share for a short term as well as for a long term investments. Yes, so this is what all about ratio and analysis. Thank you.